Welcome to LA Art and Music, the show that focuses on the artists and musicians that you'll be hearing a lot more about in the next few days and years to come. Today we have a great show for you. We have filmmaker Monique Humphrey and singer, songwriter, guitarist Gina Acuna. So stay with us, we'll be right back and to start the show. Welcome back. I'm Marna Deitch, your host, and starting the show with us, I apologize already, I've gotten your name wrong. It's Monique Humphrey. Right. Please forgive me for that. Monique is a filmmaker from
Cal State Northridge.
Great. And you did a documentary on the homeless.
Right, one homeless woman, Christina.
Following this one woman around.
Yes.
Where did you meet her?
Actually, I met her with a friend. I was out in Santa Monica on the promenade having a good time, and I saw this little lovely woman with this leathery face and a bouquet of beautiful country flowers. Yeah. And I bought a flower from her, and she sang and danced, and she recited poetry. And I kind of developed a relationship with her. Every time I went down there, I saw her, and she'd give me some bit of wisdom.
Sort of like her job on the street, you buy a flower.
She's a merchant.
She'll sell some thoughts with you.
Right.
That's great. So then you just met her and just started talking with her, and then you had already been doing some film work before that.
Right. I was a student at Northridge, and I needed to find a new project to do. Mm-hmm. And I met her, and the more I talked to her, the more I realized she would make a great subject. And one of the main reasons for picking her is, the reaction that everybody else gave to her. Yeah. I hung out with her for a while, and oftentimes young people would shout at her and say, get a job. Some people were afraid of her. Other people poured their whole pocket out to her.
Well, so many of the people don't understand the situation for the homeless.
Right, and oftentimes they're faceless people.
Yes, yeah.
Or they're lepers, something that we can catch. So you decided
to follow this one person to sort of give a face to this situation that's become quite abundant.
Exactly. I mean, this film is not didactic. It's not something there's no solution to homelessness. Yeah. But it's really to show that this one woman, there's millions, has a face, and she has a soul, and she's a human being, and she has her own story.
That's great. Well, why don't we start this story then and show this film? So stay with us and watch the film Christina.
Flowers speak that words cannot express, and do not judge the broken gate in the garden, but think of the flowers that grows there. We are living in a free country, free to have the greatest respect for one another, the greatest respect for our lives, the greatest respect for our country, and for all men living and all women living in the world. This will be a divine world, a peaceful world, and we sure need it. I do yoga. I sit in the sun before 11:20 and get out of the sun. And when the sun is straight at 12 noon, I nourish myself with fruits. After all, what is the tree of life for if it is not for the human being? I do not eat anything that swims, runs, or crawls, nor have to eat anything that is killed, that has a face. The hand that rocks the cradle should rule the world, and also if we teach our children and set the example when they're in a high chair, they won't have to go to the electric chair. We have had many women that were great leaders. These are the women that we look up to, and may we have them in America so that we may have a government free of corruption, free of I'll fill my pockets up. The more I get, the better I'm richer. And are they richer? When we see homeless people, when we see people starving, children not being looked after, when we see other countries starving, no place to go to, no roof over their head. Pitiful, isn't it? Pitiful. Yes, my friend, take heed. Look into your understanding. Look into your lives. Look and see, am I putting my hand out, stretching out to help my fellow man? Am I making this country, another country, a better place to live without atom bombs, without horrible, horrible killings? I thank you, and peace be with you. why don't you show me the way to go home? I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Just had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's going right through my cotton-picking head wherever I may roam, or land or sea or foam. Why, you could always hear me singing a song. Show me, tell me, direct me, show me the way to go. Ooh, yes, sir.
Monique, as I'm reading the back of the case, there's a beautiful saying here. It's, do not judge the broken gate in front of the garden, but think of the beautiful flower that grows there. She said that at the beginning of the tape. Is that a phrase of hers? She came up with that?
Yes, and it was a real significant poem as far as this film's concerned, because I wasn't feeling that great this one night, and I went down and I saw her, bought a flower from her, and she said this to me. And this really is kind of the essence of her, of homelessness, of people.
You said that that was your inspiration, what really made you want to make this documentary.
It really inspired me to make this documentary on this one woman.
It's wonderful. It's, you know, you think of the homeless as just people, well, and coming from New York, people that really weren't quite in reality. And yet
or they deserve it, or it's their fault, and see, this whole idea of showing Christina is not to say whose fault it is why she's like that.
Because she
it's
didn't
just
go
to
into
say she's a person, she's a woman, she's a human being.
And this is the situation that she's in, and she's making something with it. She's
right.
Well, you said before that she said a phrase, she's not homeless.
She likes to think of herself as hopeful.
Hopeful, not homeless.
Right.
That's kind of spirit.
And oftentimes she refuses to say words like tired and quit or certain. She just keeps on going.
She keeps herself on
just keeps
as much as an
going.
artist she can.
Right.
That's wonderful. That's a fantastic documentary. What is the music from this?
The music was composed by Rachel Siegel. She's a saxophone player. And this was extremely beautiful collaborative time because we worked back and forth. There's original music. She fit the piece to the film. And we were working on an incredible deadline, you know, through school and stuff. And the music just fit because there's some kind of haunting element. But I also think that there's a sweetness to it.
It really, it does fit. It's beautiful. The whole film is. What do you want to do with this film? To get it out there to show to organizations or?
Yes, I've sent it out to a few festivals, and I'm trying to get it to show in a few other places. I'd like to just have as many people as possible to see it because it's affected everybody in different ways. It makes us all look at ourselves and how we see homeless people.
Yes.
How we see humanity.
Many of us are just one paycheck away from that situation.
Exactly.
It's always a shock of reality. So what for yourself, what's in the future?
In the future?
Yeah. You're graduating now from Northridge.
Right, in June.
With what?
BA in film. And I plan to make many, many, many more movies.
To bring more women into the filmmaking, it still is quite difficult for that.
Strong protagonists, female protagonists.
Yes. I'm sure you and your fellow students, female students, talk about those specific problems that have to come with that.
Right, and this is the decade.
Oh yeah.
There's much room for new scripts with strong roles for women and all capacities for women.
It's great.
Yes.
Okay. So, future documentaries?
Actually, I love documentaries. I think documentaries are very interesting because it's a slice of life.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's reality.
But you also have hopes for
I'd like to make children's movies. Really would like to make children's movies.
That's great.
I'd like to make NC-17 films. I'd like to make dramas. I'd like to make comedies. I want to make as many different kinds of movies as possible.
Well, I think we're going to be looking for you, and we thank you for this piece. It's wonderful to shine light on even just one specific individual. Okay. Hope you stay with us right now, because coming up is a wonderful singer-songwriter, Gina Acuna.
Thank you.
My name is Norma Connolly. I play Aunt Ruby on General Hospital. I have a message for you that I think is very important. AIDS destroys more than an individual's health. It can leave even the most successful person financially devastated. Since 1983, Aid for AIDS has been dedicated to providing rental assistance, medical insurance premiums, and transportation for people living with AIDS. Our clients need your help. So that deserving people won't be turned away, contact Aid for AIDS.
Thank you. You leave a lasting impression. Won't you pardon my suggestion? Take a hold of my hand. I've got to make you understand that I'm falling in, falling out. This love's turning inside out, inside out, inside out. I know the fear of rejection, but your eyes are my connection. There are no questions and no answers. Silence acts as my protection, as my protection. And I'm falling in, falling out. This love's turning inside out, inside out, inside out. I throw caution to the wind as I lay with you once again. Your contradictions, my confusion. When I ask you where you've been, where have you been? Where have you been? And I'm falling in, falling out. This love's turning inside out, inside out, inside out. I think that maybe I should go now. Don't ask me why, when, or where now. We knew this day was drawing closer. I doubt the cause you were the joker. You were the joker. You were the joker. And I'm falling in, falling out. This love's turning inside out, inside out, inside out, inside out, inside out. Thank you. Wait. I'm a master in the art of protection against pain. is your game. So don't tell me you love me, baby. Don't tell me you care. I told you to go steady, baby, 'cause I'm the lover beware. Yes, I'm the lover beware. Cool is my smile, smooth is my talk. Stick around for a while, but soon, baby, I must walk. So don't tell me you love me, baby. Don't tell me you care. I told you to go steady, baby, 'cause I'm the lover beware. Yes, I'm the lover beware. I have no time for your stories. I have no time for your pain. I need a moment of glory, 'cause I'm a master at the game. So don't tell me you love me, baby. Don't tell me you care. I told you to go steady, baby, 'cause I'm the lover, 'cause I'm the lover, yes, I'm the lover beware. Yes, I'm the lover, yes, I'm the lover, yes, I'm the lover beware.
If you've been a regular viewer of LA Art and Music, you're definitely going to recognize our next guest. Gina Acuna is a returning guest here. She's also been one of the past hosts for the show, which kind of makes me the Jay Leno to your Johnny Carson.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you. I thank you for this chance, this opportunity. You've been playing for a very long time.
Yeah, well, yeah. I've been playing guitar, I guess, and singing since about 1986. I first started singing when I with a piano player, actually. I had not the first clue how to play guitar, but I found that it was much easier to learn how to play and accompany myself. So
Then trying to rely on someone else's schedule
right,
and all.
and paying a piano player can be quite expensive.
So you've only been playing guitar since '86?
No, actually, I've only been playing guitar for 2 years and
Really?
accompanying myself. Yeah. Before that, I was singing with the piano player and doing like show tunes and the
Well,
show tune circuit.
This is a bit different from show
cabaret.
tunes with the type of music that you're writing.
Yeah. This music is very personal because it's original music.
Yeah.
And it's just it's me. It's pretty scary sometimes to perform songs about myself and what I'm going through, but it's much more rewarding.
There's no way to hide yourself after that. It's out there.
That's
People
right.
see exactly what you're made of.
Yeah.
So where does the music come from? It's obvious. It's not really inspired by show tunes, and I'm surprised that that's your history then.
Yeah, it's not at all, actually.
Yeah.
It's inspired by anger. Actually.
Okay, that does inspire a lot of things.
And relationships, and I'm getting more into the socially conscious type of material and writing about people and situations, and I've written a song about the LA riots called Life in Disguise, and I've written a song called Hey Brother, Hey Sister, which is about coming together and realizing that life isn't so bad and not to take life too seriously. And so it's not only about relationships, it's about everything.
But relationships does inspire a lot for us.
Yeah. Usually a broken heart will inspire me to write a good 12 songs.
It's better that than eating a whole cheesecake or something.
That's true. It's true.
Really.
It's like turning emotion into a positive force, I guess.
Yeah,
in a
that's
way,
great. So when you were learning the guitar and also the songwriting, you're just self-taught on that.
Yeah. My father, I have to give him some credit because he was an extremely talented flamenco guitarist, and he was completely self-taught. And My brother, I have two brothers, older brothers, and they both play guitar and sing as well. So I learned a lot from them.
So you come from quite a musical history.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of that surrounding you.
Yeah, I
Oh,
do.
that's great. And you have cabarets. I've seen you perform in cabarets, different places, coffee shops.
Yeah.
Do you have any
yeah.
plans of that coming up?
Right now, I'm working on getting a demo tape together and getting it out to some clubs. I was performing at least 5 or 6 times a month in different coffee houses around Los Angeles, and I've decided just to take some time off and write some more songs and just get a demo out.
Because I know that takes a lot out of you, just constantly going out, putting your music out there.
It does, especially when I have to hold down a day job too.
Oh,
so
God, yes.
it can be pretty
That's a starving
exhausting.
starving musician routine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm no stranger to peanut butter and jelly, let's put it that way.
Or potato chip sandwiches and all, right?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, I did. That was my
okay.
history. So you're going to make this demo tape now?
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
the songs.
I'm recording with a friend a demo tape, and we're just going to see what happens with it. And I just found out as of last night, a friend of mine is doing a CD manufacturing company, and he wants me to be the first artist on his label to produce a CD.
That's
so
wonderful.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh,
So
great.
we'll
That's
see what
something
happens with that.
we're all going to look forward to also
Yeah.
then, to look for your name then.
Thank you. Thank
Are
you
there
very
any dates coming up that anyone could come to see?
Well, it's funny, but even though I say I'm working on a demo, I do want to get myself out there again. I'm like itching to perform again,
Yeah.
and
you get a rhythm from being out there with the audience.
yeah, yeah. In fact, the best time for me to perform is to perform live, because I get a lot of feedback from people, and it's even strange performing here without an audience. But
I know.
I'm going to get some more club dates probably in mid-January.
That's
in
great. Then you can
coffee
come back on the
houses.
show, let us know.
Yeah, yeah.
Where all
Hopefully.
those
Hopefully.
are.
Yeah, sure.
Right. So any other types of, how would you describe this type of music?
That's a good question, because a lot of people don't know how to categorize my music. Some people say it's pop, other people say it's folk rock. I would say it's folk rock, I guess. You know,
Well, if
it's
you say
folky,
it.
it's flavored. I'm really inspired by the 60s and Grace Slick, and I'm inspired a lot by women in music. So Annie Lennox, the lead singer for Concrete Blonde, Jeanette, and
You've got quite a lot of different types of
Yeah.
musical history that'll
Yeah.
help in your writing. Great. Okay, we're going to look forward to any of the club dates coming up. Let us
Thank you.
know.
Thanks.
And we want to thank you for joining us today. And I'm Marna Deitch, and thank you. And we'll see you again on LA Art and Music.